What guys, Chef Beardsley. I'm just doing a short little video. It's not a run video yet, it's coming. I just want to show you guys how I put an 800 kV in a REDCAT Vigilante. It was, had to do some things, don't judge me. It'll work. So what I had to do, obviously this is my REDCAT Vigilante. So this is an 800 kV with a max 5. So what I had to do is, there's this part of the chassis here in the center. There's like it's a cutout here, but it stops about like here, like right here. And to fit this bigger can, I took my Dremel and I just smoothed that out to make it even with the bottom here, and it fixed this longer can. The second issue I came to was the shaft on this 800 kV motor stuck out further than the gear cover. So what I did was I doubled up 2 washers on the motor slide that is with this motor slide came off the stock motor. So what I did was use that stock motor slide and put 2 washers on just to space that back, just so it would clear the gear cover, and that worked. Then the next issue I had, this is the weirdest thing I think they did. You literally can't gear up too much, or this motor slide and the way this works, you can't get the gear cover on. And someone told me that Vitavon, I think, makes a bigger gear cover and whatnot. So I was only able to fit, I think, a 24 on here. Even a 26 won't fit, because you try to slide the motor slide on, you hit the chassis here, or this bulkhead here, and you can't slide the motor on. I'm sure if you took the motor mount off, mounted it, and then put it back on the truck, but I ain't trying to do all that. And the other issue I had is this motor slide here, the bracket it goes into, the second hole for the top was halfway covered by the motor mount here. So I actually notched that out, so this is actually open on the end now. I don't know if I see that or not, but it's open on the end now, so I could fit a 23 or a 24, I think I put on here. And then the other issue I had, as you can tell, I did some hillbilly engineering. The gear cover went on, but there was a gap here, so dirt and stuff could get in here. So I grabbed an empty twisted tea can and trimmed it up, bent it down, and then screwed it down here. And then I took a little bit of silicone, not much, just so it's easy to take off, just to cover the side a little bit. And again, this is for testing purposes. Somebody needs to make a better motor mount and an easier way to put these motors in this truck. Someone's working on it. Oh man. But so this is just a test for the time being. It's gonna work. Yeah, it looks a little rednecky and hillbilly ingenuity, but you know what? It's gonna work, man. She rolls good. Got that. So again, this is 800 kV, max 5. I don't know if you watched my recent run video on this. Backflips like dog poop. Couldn't gear up because the motor got too hot just on stock. Tried different tires, thickened the diff, so I said, you know what, screw it. I had a spare 800 kV and max 5 laying around from an old build I had. So I was like, you know what, it's going in here. So yeah, I had to do some modification and stuff until somebody makes a better motor mount for this thing, because fitting these bigger cans in here, you have to cut that layer of chassis off on the bottom to fit any kind of decent gearing. Like I said, this is only a 24. It's a 23 or 24, I think I fit in here. I had to space the can out. I had to cut the motor mount here so I can actually slide it out far enough to put it on. I had to do some hillbilly ingenuity with an empty drink can to cover up my gears. But again, this is just, for me, it should work. I don't see why not, you know. But yeah, so that's how I made an 800 kV fit in this thing. I really haven't seen I haven't really done any research to see what other people have done, but that's kind of what I came up with. It just sucks you can't run any bigger gearing yet until somebody makes something, but that's the biggest I could fit, giggity. And yeah, so next video on this thing, we're gonna test 800 kV now out in this. It's gonna rotate like an animal. 800 kV is a low kV, a lot of grunt, so she's gonna flip. So again, this is just a short little video just to show you guys how I fit an 800 kV in here. Again, I didn't do any research. I don't know how anybody else did it. That's how I made it work. I'm not afraid to break out the Dremel and cut and do stuff, you know. Worst comes to worst, it blows up, you know what I mean? And then we rebuild. So like and subscribe. I got another video on this coming up. I got my MTC Mega Crating back there. Video on that's coming up. I got something coming in the mail. Boys, I'm so pumped about it. It's a 2-stroke. I'm not telling you what it is. Gonna be sick. So like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys soon.